Don't you dare miss it.
Which is a common motto on how to live each and every day for North Texas legend Joe Tom White, who passed away at the age of 80. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Melanie Townsend. Joe Tom passed away peacefully in his sleep last night, and today the Texas Radio Hall of Famer is not only being remembered as a patriot and a mentor, but also for his sharp wit. Daryl Franklin talked with some gentlemen today who knew that sense of humor very well.
I did, and they sure do. Mike Campbell was on the air with Joe Tom for many, many years, and in recent years, preacher Mike Rucker was there, and Joel Jimenez with Disabled American Veterans was often there too. Together, they talked about Joe Tom being a man of his word who would sometimes hold people accountable. He was a defender of the Second Amendment and encourager, and they say he was just a hilarious, wonderful friend.
Number one, talk till you think of something to say. And we're just filler in between commercials. Probably should have written a book about all this, but my gosh, I think best of all, just friend. Man, when you got him for a friend, you got somebody.
Tonight on KFDX 3 News at 10, we're going to talk more with Clay County Judge Mike Campbell, and we'll hear from Rucker and Jimenez. We'll also talk with Joe Tom's oldest of 5 grandsons right there, Seth Lyons, about their patriarch, the man they called Poppy.
Very sweet, Daryl, and we do look forward to hearing that. Thank you so much. Sure. And the number of lives he touched does not stop here. Shatanya Clark is here to talk about the influence the Texas Radio Hall of Fame inductee had in the broadcast industry. Shatanya?
Melanie, Joe Tom White played a huge role in the morning routine of so many Texomans, and it all started some 60 years ago on KWFT radio. While he worked with many folks in his career, there were some local broadcasters he managed to impact along the way. One of those people was former radio DJ Mad Joe Martin, who went on to nominate him multiple times for the Texas Radio Hall of Fame. After about 3 attempts, White was inducted in 2015, an honor many believed was long overdue.
He worked well with people, even if they were his nemesis, even if he was competing against them, like Joe Brown and some of those people. We still all worked together because we just had a genuine adoration and love and appreciation for one another. And Joe Tom really exemplified that.
What makes it even more important is Joe Tom spent 60 years in the same market. In broadcasting, that don't happen.
President of the Texas Association of Broadcasters, Oscar Rodriguez, described Joe Tom as a giant off the airwaves and released a statement saying in part, quote, "The Texas sunrise will never seem as bright without his voice, insights, and humor to help us greet the day," end quote. Now, there are many more where that came from. Join me at 6 o'clock where we'll hear from the owner of the Texas Radio Hall of Fame.
Okay, Shatanya, thank you again so much. Reaction is also pouring in from lawmakers who were interviewed by Joe Tom over the years on News Talk 1230 or the Texoma Country Morning Show to talk about agriculture, the issues of the day, and the wonderful stories he was known for.
Known as that friend of agriculture. You know, that voice you heard when you were in the tractor on the back road going to check on a cow or a crop.
Joe's a great guy. I mean, really is an icon. He lived life well. He was really kind of bigger than life and really represented this community for a long time in a really, really good way.
And 13th District Congressman Mac Thornberry is also remembering Joe Tom today, calling him a beloved friend and an institution in North Texas for many years. In a statement, the congressman said, quote, "Joe Tom's mission in life was using his talent for communications to benefit the area. For decades, he did just that. He was fun to be around, and his generous spirit, his good humor, and his heart for service will be greatly missed," end quote. Memories and condolences are flooding our Facebook page right now, with many recalling waking up with Joe Tom every morning since they were a kid. Others remembering his love for the community, whether it was promoting the Wichita Falls Gun and Knife shows, the annual Lions Clubs, Texas-Oklahoma Fair, Campfire, the Mavericks, and so many more nonprofits. If you'd like to share your own personal stories of Joe Tom, we'd love to hear from you. Just find us on Facebook by searching KFDX.